Picture this, it is 7 in the evening and you have completed preparing the dinner and you have also arranged the plates for the dinner, but accidentally your son spills a glass of juice on the cleanly mopped floor. Now you know the laundry is still waiting for you to be folded and you really want to stay peaceful and you want to wind up the day, but looking at the mess, you literally freeze. So at this moment, whatever you choose to do, whether you will choose to just scream or you will choose to stay calm and composed and then tackle the situation, will determine the emotional climate at home. And also, this kind of response will also determine how rooted you are in your emotional strength. I'm sure you can relate to such situations. Hi, I'm Vaishnavi, and welcome back to the Holistic Homemaker podcast. And from today, I'm starting a brand new series called Rooted, creating emotional stability in your homemaking. And in the first episode, let's understand what rooted really means, what it means to stay rooted in your emotional strength. And this particular series is dedicated to all us homemakers who are, people who can feel things deeply. And they sometimes feel that, tackling relationships or the day to day chores, whatever it may be, it sometimes, it seems to us like walking on eggshells. So if you're one of them, then please stick around with the entire series. And in today's episode, as I said, let us deep dive and understand what does it really mean to stay rooted in our emotional strength. Have you observed a tree? The roots are so strong but they're not seen, but it is those roots which will give the strength to the entire tree even at the time of a storm. This is exactly what we need in our lives too. We need to stay rooted. We need those roots as the foundation of our emotions so that even when there is a very challenging situation, or for that matter, if something is really bothering us, we don't get uprooted, we don't get swayed away, we still stay stable. And this kind of staying rooted in our emotional strength is so very vital. It's so important as a homemaker. So let's understand why it is important and how can we get this kind of strength within us. I can make you understand this particular concept with my own real life example. The other day, I had prepared dinner. I had really arranged for a beautiful dinner with the family. I had prepared everything that everyone likes, and I was very excited. I was really looking forward for this dinner. And everything was perfect. Everything was laid down on the table. And of course, there was such a wonderful environment around me, and I was feeling so good about it. But then, you know what happened? My husband just got a work call exactly at the time we were supposed to start the dinner, and obviously he had to attend the call, so he had to go and attend it. At that moment, I literally felt like, screaming, literally. I i felt so frustrated. I was like, so much of efforts, that I had put into it, and I wanted to have this dinner with my family with so much peacefulness. But at that time, I just reminded myself one thing. I said, it's not about me, it's the moment, it's the situation that happened, and nobody can be blamed, and neither can I show the frustration. That kind of understanding at that particular moment literally made me feel so peaceful within, because I could analyze the situation there and then, and I did not choose to scream. I did not. I just realized, I analyzed the situation. And later during the night, I just uh, expressed whatever I was going through, and I communicated the same to my husband. So, as you can see in this scenario, when the situation occurred and when I really felt it was the last straw and I had all the rights to scream and went out, I chose peace instead, because I know I have been practicing how to stay rooted. This is the importance of staying rooted and, trying to gain that emotional stability. And also, staying rooted doesn't mean that you don't feel your emotions at all and you become very stone hearted. No, it doesn't mean that way. In this particular scenario, I felt all the emotions of getting frustrated, the urge to scream, the urge to show that I am not satisfied, I'm not happy about it. But then instead, I kept those emotions to myself and I said, this is not the way I need to vent out. This is not the way I need to react to the situation. Rather, I responded. And yes, I was proud of myself. This happened a few years ago. My son was small. My younger son was still very small. So what happened? We were expecting guests the other day, and I completed my chores, and I was under this constant stress that I need to keep the house perfect, and the meals should be served in the perfect way. The food should be really tasty, wonderful, all those things. So I was under pressure, and somehow I was juggling with all the tasks to be done. And all of a sudden, I don't know, but I started, literally commanding around, and I started telling my son, do this, do that, be fast, do that, and all those things. And all of a sudden my son was so confused. He literally came to me with a teary eye and he said, Mama, what's wrong? What did I do something wrong? And that was the moment I really realized, what am I doing? I literally felt so bad at that moment. I felt bad because I realized that I am behaving in a way that is literally disturbing the emotional climate of my house. Here, I'm looking forward for a wonderful, time with the guests, to entertain them, and also to have a good moment with everybody. But ultimately, what am I doing? Under pressure, under stress, I am literally disturbing the emotional climate of the house. That was the moment when I realized that no, I am not supposed to do this. And that is when I realized the importance of the morning stillness. And I made a promise to myself that I will not commit this mistake, that is, waking up and doing things spontaneously and then taking up the stress and then screaming around, or, putting my stress on others. That was the day when I realized. And yes, since then, I have sincerely been practicing my slow mornings. That is, I wake up early before everyone wakes up, and I take out the time to, set the foundation for the day. It could be as simple as just me, myself, and the coffee, and just that peaceful moment, and where I literally train myself that I need to remain calm no matter how the situation is during the day, no matter how stressful. I need to remain calm. This morning stillness is very important, and that really gives us the element of staying rooted, and staying rooted in that emotional strength, and it really guides us like a roadmap for the entire day. So yes, that was one major day where I understood that because of me, things should not be disturbed at home. If anything has to be rectified, it is me and my emotions. If we follow certain small practices, then I'm sure we can achieve, staying rooted in our emotional strength. So the practices that I have consciously taken up is the first one being, the pause before any kind of reaction or response. So given any situation, any challenge that you have to face during the day as a homemaker, just don't jump into any kind of response or reaction, for that matter. Not reaction any day, no reactions, but even the response. Always consciously take a pause before whatever happens. When you take that pause, it is, you are sending a signal to your brain, and you're making your body ready for the situation. Because sometimes when the body and the brain does not coordinate, then your emotions can go haywire. So yes, when things really are not under your control, if you feel it's a little challenging, and if you know that you need to deal with it with total poise, please remember to take that pause before the reaction. And yes, reaction as in, not the one which we take in a very negative way, but even the response or the reaction that you take, please have a pause in between. That will really kind of changes everything for you. Maybe where you wanted to scream, or vent out your frustration, maybe that pause will tell you there's a better way to respond. The second one, I would like to call it as the morning grounding ritual. It is very important for each homemaker, because in the morning, if we spend that kind of time for our introspection, maybe it can be journaling also. Journaling doesn't mean you have to sit and write essays or you have to write pages together. No, it can be even a simple sentence, just a very positive affirmation to yourself and setting the tone for the day. That's it. So you should do something in the morning for yourself, in total peacefulness, which will really make you feel grounded. Will it will make you feel, rooted in your emotional strength. So never take that for granted. The morning hours, they are very precious for a homemaker. You need to label your emotion. Yes, believe me, it will make your task easier. So there are times when you feel your emotions are unresolved. Also, sometimes you may feel that I am feeling something, but I'm not understanding. So how do I address it? Right? So during such situations, it's very important that you try and, kind of you name it. You label the emotion. Like, for example, if I'm frustrated, I should say, yes, I am frustrated. If I'm feeling the emotion of anger, I need to name it. I need to label it. Yes, I am angry. So when we label it, it becomes very easy for us to tackle it. Sometimes we run away from those emotions. Although I'm angry, I'm not ready to accept it. I'm not ready to label it. So how will I solve it, right? So always remember, it is very important that you understand the importance of labeling your emotions. Always be kind to yourself. The way you talk to yourself really matters. So, if you fail at something, if you are not able to accomplish something, don't say that, oh, I'm such a bad mama, I'm not able to do it. Or for that matter, I'm such a bad wife, I did not do it. Don't talk like this to yourself. Rather, talk in a way that I tried, I couldn't. I really put in my efforts, but it's okay. I could learn something. Let me do it better the next time. This kind of self conversation will take you a long way and it will really give you the strength. And yes, it will make you stay rooted in your emotional strength. Most of us are very good at labeling ourselves. Like we just say, oh, I am short tempered. I've been like this right from the beginning. I have never taken the effort to change myself. We just put a full stop. We just come to a conclusion. For me, now I have realized that is a wrong thing. Let us not label ourselves in a way that, we cannot change, or I am short tempered, or anger is natural. So, what do you expect? I will shout. No, we shouldn't go into all these things. It's very damaging for our own selves. And of course, it is damaging for the emotional climate of our home. Rather, we should understand that staying rooted means it's not the final destination that we have to just go and stand there. No, it's a constant practice. And you should just tell yourself that I may not be born this way, but doesn't mean that I'm going to remain this way. I can change. And every day invites you to a positive change. So always keep in mind that staying rooted is not something that will happen overnight, or it's not something that you will achieve. It is a constant practice. You need to undergo many situations. You need to, really tackle those real life situations, and you need to understand, deal with it, struggle, and then remember it is going to be a constant practice. So, all the beautiful souls, if today's video could talk to you in a certain way and it has touched your emotions in a nice way, then please do consider to share this video with a friend of yours who really needs this kind of grounding, who really needs to understand the importance of staying rooted. Let's share our experiences, let's share our knowledge and make our homes better. So that's all about it in today's episode. I really hope you liked it. And if so, please give your valuable feedback in the comment section below. I would love to read it and share your experiences as to how you follow certain practices to stay rooted in your emotional strength. That's all about it. Let's meet in the next episode and let's discover what else can be learned in this particular series. Take care of yourselves and a very happy homemaking.